Welcome to Entertainment Weekly's Comic-Con studio. I'm Sam Heifel, and I'm joined now by the cast of The Rings of Power, which I just walked past like 8 people in costume. Have you guys gotten a chance to actually see people, or have you been trapped?
We've been trapped.
I would love to go out and see people.
There's an outside.
Outside. I know, and their costumes are incredible. I mean, like, I literally saw, I think there was a huge group. It had to have been like 10 people.
Of our show, we have to go
yeah,
and see
like,
that.
Yeah, they had like fruit basket. I mean, it was incredible.
Amazing.
There were Harfoots. Like it was so great. But okay, I want to talk because episode 7 is tonight. Finale is obviously next week. So we're going to talk about episode 6 since we've seen that. Because there was a massive battle in that episode, and this show is already such a massive production, and I'm so curious. What is it like to film something like that? How complicated is it? What goes into filming a battle scene?
Lots and lots of stunt training, like hours and weeks and months, and long nights into long days, and it's grueling. It's also very exhilarating. Yeah, and there's an army of people, literally, pun very much intended, but like there's behind the scenes carrying you through and making the magic happen. Yeah.
And it really, I have to say, it really was magic watching that episode. It was extraordinary TV. It's just faultless.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
I also want to give a shout out because I think when you're filming certain elements, you have practical things going on. You also have to react to things that you're not seeing. So I just have a memory of, as rumblings were happening, having like an episode of Star Trek just kind of wobbling in place, and it felt a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And then we watched the episode, or I remember watching it at home being like, oh my God. So a huge shout out to our visual effects people, because that's the sort of part that we don't get to see until along with the audience we're watching. And it's like, oh, wow, it works. In the moment, it feels, again.
But you've ruined it for me, because now I'm just going to see you going, whoa, Sarah.
But also, I've no idea, Naz, when the arrows came in, because I thought the sound design on that was amazing. The way that, because the sound of those arrows hitting was terrifying. How did they?
No.
How did they do that?
Ben did it.
What do you mean? Like
Well,
the timing?
Well, I know. How did you get an arrow? How did they have an arrow in you?
Well,
No, it wasn't real.
Yeah, wasn't real. Wasn't real. We were cued, Dan Wayman. We were cued to react the way we did. And arrow and bam.
So the arrow was VFX.
And so yes, and so that actually, when I say stunts training and choreography, that's what I mean. Is like literally, it's like bang, like arrow, and you're doing the whole like shoulder back and then this back and then so it's a choreographed move. It's not like
I thought that was a real
And
arrow.
she acts the crap out of it.
And,
That's
brilliant, yeah.
that's the magic.
Absolutely
Dan
brilliant.
Wayman is
Well,
make
Oh,
believe.
and
Sold
can we also give a shout out, because I love the shout outs, to Charlotte Brandstrom, our incredible director extraordinaire.
Like in unity.
That sound should
What a
give an
human.
indication of just, not only is she incredible to work with, but just, I think for this particular episode, you really wanted to have this visceral sense of, you're really in the midst of all this action and just how it's filmed.
So dynamic.
Yeah, I think it's an exceptional episode, and she's an exceptional director along with the rest of our directors. But yeah, special shout out to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Big up.
Wait, so are you getting a note when you're like, and it's like, no, it would have more of an impact than that? Like you
Wait,
have to.
so am I giving them notes like it would
No,
have
are
more?
you getting that note? Of like, no, an arrow would make you like fall back further.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
Yes, so my stunt double was so incredible. She showed me how it would be done, and she actually filmed it too. But I think what they used was me, because she taught me so well of how to react to an arrow. There's such little nuances that you have to pay attention to, because your instinct would just be like, okay, arrow, and you're falling back. But no, there's a reaction to it that's actually really specific.
Yeah. What is like the weirdest piece of direction you all received while making this? Because you are having, you have to, obviously it's an incredible production, but you still probably have to imagine some pretty crazy things.
J.A. told me to make people laugh one time. I was off camera, and he was like, don't do the elf thing. Just say offensive, funny things to the other actors, and because I need them to laugh.
Yeah.
And some of it worked, and some of it really didn't.
Who was it? What was happening?
When the coronation,
Oh yeah.
there's a great Kiwi actor named Kip who just was having none of it. He was like, I don't think you're funny. So,
Oh my
but yeah, that was strange. Because you're like dressed like Gil-galad, but then you're
And
talking like this.
he's so serious.
Yeah,
The
and
character
now all of
is
a
so
sudden
serious.
just whatever you can do. That was surreal.
Yeah.
But some of my best work off
No one
camera.
will ever see. Yeah. What was it like for you all the first time you saw yourselves in costume as these characters? What was that experience?
Well, for me, I got cast really late, and I only had 3 days to get to New Zealand, and then I was on set like 2 weeks later.
Oh my gosh.
And but I was flying to New Zealand. I didn't know anything about my character. I didn't know but I knew that I was on this massive budget show, and so I was thinking, oh my God, my costume is going to be so incredible. It's going to be like, and then I went to my first costume fitting, super excited, because I still at this point didn't know that I was a half foot. And they pulled out this outfit, which was, you've seen it. It's they're incredible outfits. But at the time I was like, I'm wearing like a sack. And like,
Yeah,
I've
put
got
some sticks
twigs
in her hair.
my hair. Yeah, I was like, what is happening? I thought this was a big budget show.
Yeah.
But actually, of course, now I can't imagine wearing anything else. I love my costume, and it became so much part of me. But I just remember that moment thinking I was going to be something glamorous, and
It's okay. You and I are in it together.
and we're covered in dirt the whole time.
But you know what's amazing? You guys are still gorgeous. It's like it's like a humble, even the humble outfits. They're, Kate Hawley, our costume designer, the attention to detail. Even I remember having these color swatches held up next to me. You've got like 5 shades of blue, and it's got to be sort of the most, flattering and specific shade. But even the humble costumes have such sort of care and attention, and so as you said, it's like you can't imagine wearing anything else. Now I know I'm speaking.
I was just about to say that shit. Yeah,
I can't imagine wearing anything else, you guys.
They
Not
tried-
to brag.
They tried that, the crown, the sort of star helmet that you were wearing. They tried that on the stranger first, but I was like, I'm not sure that works.
Too much?
Yeah,
Too
too
much.
much. Yeah.
Speaking of The Stranger, so many fan theories. I enjoy reading. What has been your favorite or craziest fan theory you feel like you've heard? Or you even really let yourself be aware of them?
I feel like I'm aware of the two great extremes,
Sure.
and I like them both. I think let's see what happens there. I do hear some friends sort of who are quite big Tolkien fans just eat up all the little clues that are in the show and come to me every week going, oh, so now I know. So now because it says and I find it quite difficult to keep a straight face, because I don't want to give anything away. But what I love most of that is that you've just got a huge number of people in the world who have some ownership of these words that Tolkien wrote and these characters that were written, and they're coming up with really reasoned arguments as to why it could be this being, that being, and that makes somebody like me really excited to play a character, and also humble about what we're all entering. Like it's not like our show. This is the world's show. It's
Also, just to add, we don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
He's done a
I
really
worked
good job.
extensively with it. I spent so much time, obviously, because he was in our realm, and I just still don't
That's
know.
why they gave me no lines, because they were like, if we give him any lines, he'll start opening. But I got so used to not speaking that when Sarah would come and say, "No, but who are you? Who are you?" I was just so used to not saying anything. I could get somebody laugh quickly and move on. I feel like
You've said too much,
Ben,
Daniel, you've
Ben.
said too much.
Because this is such a stunning production, what was you all's favorite production detail on set?
Mine was my apothecary, like just everything. You were just immersed in the senses, like smelled amazing, everything, like just the textures. Yeah.
Numenor.
Stunning.
Numenor.
Every square inch. Yeah, this massive city, boats on water, incense burning in alleyways, a bird poo man making sure that everything feels like it could be pooped on.
Is that real? Because you said that
I saw
the
him
other
painting
day.
them on. I couldn't believe it.
No.
Did they kind of throw it at you, drop it on you while you were
Not
filming?
me. No, not me personally. Other people got a fair share of it.
I think the idea was the bird poop man was meant to make sure it looked like that's how a bird poop could
Oh, I
fall,
see.
not
We're
like
not going for
not
that.
just
Right.
splattering it all over the
I
actors.
just love the idea that he's a guy who's not even on the payroll.
It's back again. Just let him do his thing.
He's just passionate about poop.
But what qualifies you to be the bird poop man?
A lot of time in art school, I think.
Or no time in our
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I found my niche.
Hi, Bill. Take up your usual place. There's your pop.
Yeah, but seriously, I appreciate the work that person does.
No, I
So
I-
do we.
Yeah, we're not saying, you know.
I'm teasing, I'm teasing.
Oh my God. Okay, the last thing I will ask you all, which I leave it to you, what you can or want to say, the finale. What can we expect? How would you describe it in as many words as you so choose?
Here's what I'll say. Many of us don't really know because there was a lot of effort to protect certain parts of the finale.
Okay.
So if it didn't necessarily involve you, you didn't need to know. So I know for me, when I see it, I'm excited because I don't know. There's some stuff I know, some stuff I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely curious and excited, and I think I think we said in another somebody else asked us, and it's like there are going to be answers, but there are also going to be more questions.
Sure.
Is what I would say.
Yeah.
It represents the beginning of the next phase of this colossal tale.
Yeah.
And it's very true about what Cynthia said about the details being kept secret. They were kept very secret.
Wow.
Scripts were issued appropriately, which had bits missing for those who weren't involved.
It's like redacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
we've been surmising ourselves about certain aspects
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. I can't wait for people to see what happens with the half-wits.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me what they go on, the journey they go on.
That's so cool. You guys get to be a part of it, but then also a viewer of so much of it. That's really cool. All right. Well, thank you all for stopping through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And everybody else, stay tuned to EW.com for all your New York Comic Con needs.